Peace in, folks. How you doing? Use force. Positive mental attitude. I'm gonna fucking try. Hair on the screen. Let's move that out of the way. So, hope you're all well. Turn this off. Don't need that over there, do we? So, a friend of mine posted on Facebook today that he got the Pfizer vaccine. You know, everyone knows my stance on certainly this vaccine. You know, not enough's known about it. So anyway, you know, I went on to his post just to see what vaccine he'd got, how he's feeling, if he was all right. You know, I didn't go on his post to tell him he was an idiot or to have a go at him or preach at him. Me and him have spoken. He knows how I feel, and if he wants to know more, he'll probably watch my videos, and he probably doesn't. I don't think many people I know watch my videos. You know, mate, people have ideas about people, right? And then they don't either want to break the ideas, or, you know, like a friend of mine said that he wasn't going to watch my videos because, you know, he doesn't watch them sorts of videos of people doing that. And it's like, he doesn't. How do you know what I'm saying and doing if you ain't watching my videos? Like, prejudging me. I ain't someone else. Like, I own my shit. I made myself purposefully different. I made sure I was thinking differently to other people. Because I was retraining my mind, right? Because I'd seen the education system. I'd seen how people treated each other. And I didn't want any part of that. So I started self-developing. Anyway. Let's not sidetrack too much too quick. So my mate got the Pfizer vaccine, and, you know, he's all right. I don't know why he got it. And let me just say, just in case he watches, I fucking love you, mate. I think you're awesome. So I hope you don't take any offence from me. But, you know, I disagree with this fundamentally. And I've got bloody good reason to. So, you know, but he works in care, right? It's not like people in these situations are in such a fucking bind because they're there because they're such caring people. They're doing it for their job, right? And so obviously if you're around weak and vulnerable people in this instance, you're probably going to feel really compelled to do something, aren't you? So anyway, he's all right. And I hope it stays that way. But I then made a video after that, and I had a good old rant, and I got a few things off my chest because I was pissed off anyway. I just had lots of, you know, them days where you go out and, like, especially I'm very self-aware, right? So awareness is like a really big thing in my life, and the amount of people that are not or pay no attention to other people, right? They might think they're self-aware, but self-awareness actually goes outside of yourself. Your self-awareness impacts other people's lives in a better way. Because you don't just blindly do things. Anyway, I had a rant. I got it out of my system, and I ain't posting that video. Not because I said anything I don't feel or whatever, but just because, do you know what? I thought it's not really that constructive. So I mention it here. I'm open and honest. But, you know. So anyway, my mate got his Pfizer shot. And so I thought, do you know what? I've been doing lots of information finding around, but I haven't delved into like exactly what's in all these vaccines, because, well, quite frankly, because it's all so new, they're still doing trials. There's no like definitive answers, right? Anyway, so I decided I'd go and look up the Pfizer vaccine, and I thought I'd go and have a look at what's in it, see what information I could find, and just sort of start having a poke around. Well, my first port of call was a government website, right? Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. My first port of call is go to the official bodies and see what they say, right? Because I'm not an arsehole. So anyway, and the first thing that this starts stating is that this is not FDA approved. These are in trials. There are no guarantees. There are no guarantees that this will prevent infection of COVID or even future protection from it. There are no guarantees because it's still in clinical trials. It's the first thing I came across. I was aware of this, but to read it in such black and white on a government website was infuriating, to say the least. Right? Like, because when you look at the numbers of the amount of people that died, let's make this clear. I care about life. I'm not going, oh, well, people, you know, a few people have died. I'm not a fucking heartless moron. I care about people dying, but I care about it being official and right and not a fucking lie. The government lied to us about the deaths in lockdown 1 by 5,000 deaths a day, and they admitted it. They're criminals. Anyway, it's not going to it. So, it's all good, Tig. I'm chilled. My dog doesn't like it when I get angry. So, anyway, Pfizer had looks in clinical trials. Okay, all right, fair enough. So I thought, I read a few things, and there's lots of like scientific ingredients, and you know, it doesn't really mean anything to me, right? Because I'm not a scientist. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand enough of this. I need to find informed people talking. So again, this is my next step. I'm telling you how I find my information, right? So next step is go to YouTube. Type in what you've just found on the government website. Now you've got an array of videos of people who want to tell you about it. So, ingredients of Pfizer vaccine, YouTube, like, we got like these people, like, it says ingredients on the video. Motherfucker didn't talk about any ingredients at all. It was all fearing. It was just all like the numbers and the this and the that. And you're like, oh, you're not talking about ingredients and breaking the ingredients down. So, I get infuriated by these people. I want information, not some fucking bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, couple of videos that were just guff. People chatting about, oh, the deaths and how we really need this to happen. And, oh, God. Information, please. Anyway, I find this female lady. I'm furious today. It's been so keeping my calm is taking a fair bit. So my words might trip up every now and then. So this lady starts breaking it down. And she goes through a couple of... So the beginning bit she goes through talks about, you know, it's a RNA vaccine, mRNA vaccine, and then she says about this ingredient, there's this long name, and she says basically this is just the this will be working with the limpet nanoparticle bubble. Limpet nanoparticle bubble. And then she's straight on to the next thing. Oh, this is just, you find this in apples and in this and in sugars, and on to the next one, and you just find this in that. And it was all lovely. And I'm still thinking in my head, limpet nanoparticle bubble. And you didn't even break that down. So, okay, so that was all very pro the vaccine, right? So, now, back to the internet. Limpet nanoparticle bubble. Google, thankfully, spell check corrects me and says, did you mean limpet nanoparticle bubble in the correct spelling? I said, yes, Google, thank you very much. And not just spying on me, but helping me with my words. It's beautiful, right? So anyway, limpet nanoparticle bubble. Well, that's interesting. So there was a lot of scientific writing. Again, I'm not a scientist, so it was very much like, all right, okay, this is lots of ingredients. Again, it's talking about the process. I'm like, okay, let me back to YouTube. Let me see if I can find a video of someone informed who's breaking this down for me. Right, because this is how layman's find out, like, the scientific stuff, right? So back to YouTube. And I found this video, limpet nanoparticles. It's COVID-19, RNA vaccines, and the critical role of lipid, L-I-P-I-D. See, right? This is why Google had to correct me. So, lipid nanoparticles. So what is that? So I just gave you the name of the video that I just watched that broke it down for me. And so basically, what this lipid nanoparticle bubble is it's a delivery device made from nanoparticles that will defend the RNA strain, which is an animal strain that they say shouldn't go into us, but nonetheless. And the reason it needs to be protected by this nanoparticle bubble is because our body has natural elements in it that will attack and destroy that thing because it shouldn't be in our body. But it's okay. They've got nanoparticle device to protect it. Now, these things can also, these nanoparticle bubbles can be encoded with other things and can do other things. I'm not saying they are, and I'm not even going to go into that. I'm just saying to you, these delivery devices, these nanoparticles, can be used in numerous ways, and getting into our body when our dumbass science says we have these unused strains of DNA, like nature has anything unused, because they can't explain it. They can't say we don't know. They fucking say it's useless, which is guff. So, this nanoparticle bubble delivers the animal RNA strand that our body doesn't want into the system to be then absorbed, digested, and then give the immune system the protection it needs to deal with COVID. Right, so let's state 2 points. To get COVID into our body, they genetically modified it. To supposedly protect us from it, they're going to genetically modify us. Healthy people don't need a vaccine. Our bodies, the science that we know, will tell us that a healthy person's immune system is going to attack this motherfucker and destroy it. Which means it's then dead. Which means you then can't pass it on. My stance continues to stay the same. I can't find anything that makes any fucking sense as to why anybody would take these vaccines. Sorry to my mate who's taken it. I fucking hope the side effects that I've read about don't happen. If you're past the first couple of hours without any serious ones, you should be alright for now. But do you know what they said in the fucking write-up on the government site about the vaccine? Those who shouldn't take it, check this out, are people that have already taken it and had severe reactions. Or someone shouldn't take it if they're allergic to any of the ingredients in it. Fair enough on the second part, right? But the leading part? Like, you shouldn't take it if you've already had a bad reaction from it. Jesus H. Christ. Right? So, this is the type of shit we're facing right now. What we understand about life has been hijacked from ancient history to right fucking now. They're trying to, like, when you look into the medical industry and what happened when the big pharma came in and started taking over and rewriting the books, to now where they're trying to fucking say that our body needs this new nano vaccine that's delivering an animal part to us that our body doesn't want, when our immune system of healthy people will basically beat it anyway, because that's what all the science says. Yes, some people have got ill, but we don't know how honest this is because the government admitted to lying. 5,000 deaths a day in the first lockdown. They lied about and admitted it. So no, I don't trust the government. No, I won't be taking any vaccines. You are joking if I'm letting any nanoparticle in my body get fucked. I won't go to prison. You'll have to kill me because anyone that comes for me is going to want to bring a gun. It's severe, but it's true. And we're up on that time. Oh my God, use the force. Positive mental attitude. Be calm with your thoughts. Let's get